So if I'm looking at the arc length, and when I say arc length, I'm talking about the arc that is formed by a central angle. Remember that we name our angles with theta. So there's my theta, and I want to know the length of this arc right here. Well, I know the length of the entire circumference. The entire circumference we know is 2 pi r. That's how you find the circumference of a circle. I only want this part of it. Well, what's this part of it going to be? That part of it's going to be the central angle divided by 2 pi. And if I clean that up, then I know I can cancel those out. And so I'm left with r times theta, which is where this formula is coming from. So I know the arc length, or S, equals theta times r. R times theta, theta times r. The order doesn't matter, okay? So if I'm looking for the arc length, I'm going to use theta times r. Okay, area, same thing. I'm looking at a piece of pizza, but instead of looking at this arc length, I want to know the area of this entire sector. Okay, and instead of using circumference to come up with this formula, I would use area. You know the area, to find the area of a circle, you use pi r squared. If I'm looking for that part of it, it would be theta over 2 pi. And if I clean that up, then I know that the area is going to equal 1/2 r squared times theta. Now, the only catch to these formulas is theta. I don't know if you can read that or not, but theta has to be in radians. So if you're given theta in degrees, the first thing you need to do is convert it to radians and then just use your formulas to find whatever you're looking for. Alright, so I'm going to do 3 examples from this section. In number 58, it gives me that my central angle is 40 degrees, and it gives me that the radius is 12. Alright, so I'm looking for, it asks for the length of the arc. Well, that's S, that's what I'm looking for. The first thing I need to do, I know that it's theta times r, but remember theta has to be in terms of radians. So the first thing I'm going to do is convert this to radians. When I convert this to radians, that's just going to be 2 over 9, so that's going to be 2 pi over 9. So I know this length is going to be 2 pi over 9 times my radius, which was 12. And you can just plug this straight in your calculator. You can clean it up. You can do whatever you want to. Let's just leave it to simplify. Let's say it's 24 pi over 9. Okay, and when I plug that in my calculator, I get approximately 8.5 meters. Okay, so that's just plugging in the information they give me. The only thing is, make sure you convert your central angle from degrees to radians. Alright, this is looking for arc length. Now this one is actually asking for the area of the sector. Same thing, I'm going to use my formula, which I already found to be is 1/2 times theta times r squared. Okay, so what have they given me? They've given me theta, they've given me r. I need to convert that theta to radians. And when I do that, I get 29 pi over 36. Okay, so I've converted 145 to radians. Now I'm just plugging it in. So my area is going to equal 1/2 times theta, which is 29 pi over 36, times r squared, which is 6 squared. Plug in that straight in your calculator. You get approximately 45.6 feet squared for your area. Okay, I'm going to do one more. And the reason I'm doing one more is because notice in this one, I'm still looking for something to do with that area, and I know that that formula is 1/2 times theta times r squared. Okay, still using that formula, but they've given me different information. In this case, they've given me theta in terms of radians, so I've got it in radians, but they've given me the area, and I need to find the radius. So I've got 20 meters squared is going to equal 1/2 times theta times r squared. I'm looking for r squared. That's my unknown. My r is my unknown. So let's just do some algebra here. We've got 20 equals 5 pi over 24 r squared. If I divide both sides by 5 pi over 24, and I would put that in your in parentheses if you're using your calculator to go straight through. So r squared is going to equal approximately 30.6 or somewhere around there. I don't need r squared, I need r. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And r is approximately 5.5